Okay, welcome back, everybody. I'm going to explain to my students, and we're recording this at the same time. So, what I'm going to cover is no-gi and why we should train no-gi. Okay. In my opinion, the number one reason why we should train no-gi is in a self-defense situation, or if somebody attacks you, street or at school, you need to know how to defend yourself without the gi. Okay, because gi, you have a lot of grips. You have collar, you have sleeve, you have lapels. Okay, no gi, especially in Hawaii, you need to know where to grab. People don't wear t-shirts, right? They're going to the beach. A lot of guys just in their shorts. Okay, so you need to know what to grab and how to handle people when they're not wearing a t-shirt or jacket. Okay, so your number one thing is you have to adjust your grips. Okay, in no-gi, you're not allowed to grab any material. Okay, you cannot grab pants. You cannot grab the rash guard. Okay, all you can do is cup or grab the wrist. This. Okay, same with the ankles and the knees. And another part is, instead of grabbing the collar, you're going to grab behind the neck. It's called collar tie. So you can hook somebody's head down. Okay? And then you guys know what seatbelt is from the back, right? So there's a lot of seatbelt control from the back. You take the back. And head and arm. When you're side control or mounted, you have head and arm. Okay, those are some of the key grips you're going to have to do in no-gi. Okay? You're not allowed to grab hair or grab the ear or grab any fabric. You're not allowed to grab any fabric. So what I find useful is arm drags, 2-on-1 grip, this, holding the wrist, okay, or ankle. Those are really useful in no-gi. Collar tie, guillotines, underhooks are very important in no-gi, okay? And we're going to go over that today, the differences. Okay, next difference in no-gi is you have to have better pressure to pin people, and you have to close all the space. Okay, so one example would be like if you're trying to hold somebody down in close guard, side control. If you leave space, they're gonna bring their knee back in, they're gonna recover. Okay, so in no-gi, you have to eliminate, when you're on top, any space between you and your partner. So hip connection, knee on belly is more important. Underhooks, head and arm control. You don't want to leave any space, okay, between you and your partner. Also in no-gi, there's less submissions. You can't choke people with the lapel, so there's less submissions. It's a bit faster because you can't really hold them. You can't really grab onto anything, so they're going to be loose to run around or pass your guard quicker. So it's a lot faster. Okay, and no-gi is harder to take down people. Also, trying to take them down, you cannot grab any grips. It's more like you got to do wrestling. Okay, you probably won't be able to do judo throws in no-gi because they'll just push your arm off their head or get control of your hands, and it's hard to get a position to do the right judo throw. Okay. So no-gi on the stand-up part is more like wrestling. You have to do a single leg or a double leg to take somebody down. But you can also do a guard pull if you have the proper grips in no-gi. So guard pulls are okay. They work in no-gi. And what you'll find is, because of the limited grip options, maybe half of the moves you did in gi, you can do in no-gi. So you have to really think in a smaller focus group of techniques you're going to try or you're going to practice, because you're not going to have over 100 grip options like you do in the gi. Okay, no-gi is very, very limited So you gotta get better at fewer techniques. You know. Okay, overall, to become a better grappler or a better jiu-jitsu athlete, you should do both. You should do gi and you should do no gi. Okay. Also, if you really want to get to a really high level, you should compete in no gi and gi, because it's just going to make you that much better. Okay. Same with learning takedowns. You should learn some takedowns in wrestling. You should learn some throws in judo, and just be a more well-rounded athlete. Okay, you don't want to be one specific minded to just train gi only, because you're gonna limit yourself. Okay, and then also, if you get to a fight or a self-defense situation, you're gonna get brain freeze, and you're not gonna know what to grab, especially if someone's attacking you with no shirt. You're gonna be like, oh no, like there's no collar. In that hesitation, it could cost you a lot of injury from getting attacked. So what today we're gonna do for your first day is mainly go over the different grip options, different techniques that work in no-gi, and then we're gonna practice rolling in no-gi. Okay, so before we start, it'd be great if you guys have any questions about no-gi. If you have any questions, you can ask me.
I think I saw one of your shorts where like the one-handed choke when you grab so I think something behind the shoulder or something.
When I did one arm?
Yeah.
Okay, that one arm choke, yes, from the back, you can do that. And I can teach you guys that today. You can do that one arm choke from crucifix or from the back. It's just a different variation of a rear naked choke. Okay, but specifically, I like it better in no-gi in the crucifix position. And I'll show you the details on why. Okay, so we'll cover that today.
I have another
Yeah.
question. So normally you might grab like with gi you might grab like the sleeve under the tricep. Can you just grab the whole tricep?
Yes, you can. Okay, so instead of grabbing the fabric under the armpit, you need to start doing cupping. I call it cupping. So if you cup the armpit or the tricep, you can get just as good as a grip, right? Especially if you're doing like an arm drag or you're trying to take the back. Okay? You don't need fabric, but you need to start hooking your fingers like this to grab. Okay? So hooking, grabbing, you can still get that technique to be done whether it be arm drag or taking the back. You don't have to do this. Okay. One of the benefits of no-gi is your fingers won't get as abused. Like you see mine, all my broken fingers and my knuckles are fat. It's all because of the gi. When I'm grabbing, they snap that grip off. Popping my knuckles and ripping my finger. In no-gi, your fingers are gonna feel a lot better because you won't get it abused like you do in gi. No-gi, it's better on the body, especially on your fingers. You keep playing spider guard or you keep grabbing sleeves, your fingers are going to get really messed up. Okay. Especially for beginners, you guys, we won't be getting into any leg locks or foot locks yet, but that's a big part of no-gi. Okay. If you guys want to get up to a higher level, we can cover the leg locks later. But as white belts right now, we want to focus on controlling, using different grips in no-gi, and how to get effective submissions in no-gi. Okay, so we're going to cover that today, right? So really good questions, guys. We're going to have fun today. Okay, so until next time, guys, we're going to do part 2 on no-gi. Thank you.